Hi, hello, and howdy. My name is Erin of Essentially Erin, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna switch things up. We are gonna be testing out the brush that everybody has been talking about probably for about a year now. So I wanted to talk about what it would look like if somebody that had naturally curly hair used the Revlon brush. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about this brush. It's really hard for me to get the whole thing in the shot. It's so big. So I've seen a lot of people using this because it claims to be a salon one-step, blowout system. So a lot of the people that I see using this are people that already have pretty close to straight hair. So I really wanted to see what it would look like on textured hair. You guys know what my hair looks like normally when it's curly. This is what my hair looks like. This is completely clean, zero product. I washed my hair 1 or 2 days ago. I only put a little bit of leave-in conditioner on my ends just because I know that they're getting a little drier now that it's winter outside. So today we are going to try to use this brush on textured hair to see what it looks like. Now, I have heard that the best way to use this brush is not when your hair is soaking wet. Almost never apply heat directly to your hair when it is soaking wet. You will cause damage, always, 100% without a doubt. Avoid it. I have heard that doing this with slightly damp hair is what produces the best results. So that's what we're gonna try today. I'm gonna respray my hair down, but the key to doing anything that requires altering the texture of your hair even temporarily is using a heat protectant. So we are gonna head to the bathroom. We are gonna pop this baby open because I haven't even opened the box yet. We are going to put in our heat protectant after we dampen our hair, and then we are going to test this out and see how it goes. Okay, so let's get this open and we will read through the instructions together to make sure that we're not gonna do anything that's gonna cause damage. It's huge. Oh my gosh, it's huge. That is the size of my face. Okay, so it does recommend doing it on damp hair, specifically towel dried. Obviously, we're not gonna really go through that process here. But it says remove the excess water, make sure that's already detangled. It says that if you have fine or thin hair, then use the low setting, and the high setting on thick and coarse hair, then use the cool setting to lock in the style. You should do it in separate but manageable sections. If you want a smooth blowout, place the volumizer close to the root and brush down. For voluminous blowouts, place the volumizer under the hair close to the root and roll outward to the ends. For extra lift, hold the volumizer 1 to 2 seconds or 2 to 3 seconds under the roots. Okay, so it gives you guidance on how to use it, but also how to achieve certain looks that you want, which is cool. So it seems really straightforward, honestly. It just, obviously don't use this in the shower, don't wrap the cord around it, blah, 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 blah. All right. So what we're gonna do first is I am going to dampen and apply my heat protectant first, and then we will get started. I have 2 heat protectants that I absolutely love, both of which I've been using for a little over a year now. Obviously, I very rarely straighten my hair. However, the few times that I have done it for a length check or done it to really shock my fiance, because in the entire time we've been together, he had literally never seen me with non-curly hair. And one day he came home from work and I had straightened it and he freaked out. It was super cute because his first question was what did you do? And then it was, how do you get the curls back? And I told him, he was absolutely shocked when I told him I literally just had to get my hair wet. But either way, whenever you are thinking about applying more than the usual amount of heat to your hair, you always want to use a heat protectant. My favorites are the Not Your Mother's Beat the Heat Thermal Spray and the Verb Ghost Prep. Today we're going to use the Verb Ghost Prep. I've used the Not Your Mother's one with flat ironing more than anything else, but I think that this is going to give me a more lightweight finish. Since we know how unbelievably lightweight the Ghost line is, I'm interested to try it with this. But this is technically something that you can use if you have really sensitive hair and it's sensitive to heat and damage. You can definitely use this before you do any of your blow drying as well, and it won't weigh your hair down. So we take our Flare Salt spray bottle and we dampen the hair. Just doing a little bit since it's such a small section. And then I'm gonna take my Be Careful brush, since I know that this is good with both wet and dry detangling. Always start at the bottom and work your way up. Okay, now I'm going to plug in the Revlon brush. Okay, so it has 3 settings right there at the bottom. So off, cool, low, and high. I'm obviously going to start with the low since I do have fine hair. And we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so this is it completely dry. Not bad, not bad. You know, there will obviously be some sections like this one that'll probably go back over, but overall, not bad. We'll see how it looks kind of as a whole. But I am going to do this side and then finish the rest of my hair, and then we'll take a look at it. So both sections, wow, my hair is long. Obviously this section, I rotated the bottom a lot more than I rotate on this section, but I did that on purpose because I wanted to see that even though you're trying to technically straighten your hair, you can still get like curled bottoms, or you can make it like look like a 70s blowout where you like wisp the ends and stuff like that. So there are still options outside of using a flat iron to style your hair. So we are gonna try and do the rest of the head. I guess not try, we are gonna do the rest of the head. I'm just now realizing the stupidity and only dampening a small section of my hair, because as I go over the rest of my head, it's going to make these pieces damp. So I likely will have to go through and like refresh this bottom section, but we're gonna work through the rest of the hair. And the one thing that I will note is that this does not have a lengthy cord. So if you need like it to stretch, you might wanna look at like finding a closer outlet. All right? Well, I will finish up my head and then I will talk to you guys about how we feel. Okay, so we are about, I'd say about halfway to almost 2/3 the way through. And the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is, just like we talked about in the video that I have where we discuss different ways to use a brush to style curls, the trick is creating tension. So making sure that as I'm like pulling the brush through my hair, one, I'm never yanking. So that's a big thing. Never like just running it through like a million times. I'm literally taking it slow and steady, and I'm slowly turning the brush and always keeping my hair pulled slightly taut in order to kind of stretch and lengthen that curl. So the trick to using this thing seems to be really like similarly related to how we brush style, and that you need to turn and create tension. It's also creating this like really nice little like loop at the bottom, which is great. So I'm gonna continue on. I will show you what I mean by that on the last section that I have to show you guys, okay? I'm also realizing that we're about to see how unbelievably uneven the haircut I gave myself was a few weeks ago, because that was obviously a curly haircut, not for straight hair. So we're gonna see how absolutely wrecked my hair looks when it's straight. Should be interesting. Okay, last section. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been doing through the rest of the hair. So obviously separate, move that out of the way so it doesn't grab it. Because it is technically a hair dryer, it is gonna blow your hair around. So you wanna make sure that you're not just gonna get like random wispies from the other side or stuff that you've already done back, like sucked back into it. So that's why I always like to say, like, I like to work from back to front, because the front I can just move over this way and I don't have to worry about it as much. So we're gonna take our section. This has already been dampened and I've already put the Ghost Prep in it. turn this on. Now, obviously once this gets on, I can't keep talking to you guys because it'll be very loud, but just watch for the tension as I pull the hair down, as well as the fact that I'm going to change different directions once the majority of it is straightened in order to get that kind of loopy, swoopy kind of look to it. I don't really know the name of it, so I'm calling it the Big Daddy look because it's like the loop, swoop, and pull, like when he teaches him to tie his shoes. I know, I'm weird. All right, here we go. See, so everything's kind of like curling and going in a couple different directions. So now I'm gonna take all of the hair out. We're gonna see what it looks like and put some final touches on it. So now, because I have pretty much straightened everything that needs to be straight, I might do a little touch-ups here, but for the most part, everything that I would want straight is straight. So what I would do now is I would use their cool setting to lock in the style instead of pumping more heat into it, okay? Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to twist my hair up and pull it up for a little bit. The reason being is I think it gives a really nice natural kind of twist to the ends of the hair. So while it's still semi-warm, we'll let it set and then I will come in and talk to you guys about the results. Okay, so now that we've had our hair clipped and twisted back for probably about maybe 10 minutes at the most, we just kind of want it to like cool in this setting. We take it down, kind of shimmy it out. And then what I like to do anytime that I straighten or apply a good amount of heat to my hair is I like to seal it using an oil. So to keep things in the Verb family, we're gonna use the Verb Ghost Oil, just one pump. We kind of like glaze it over the edges, but really we wanna focus on our ends to make sure that we have enough moisture locked in there to keep protecting it during the week. All right, so this is what we are working with, and I am not gonna lie. As usual, I am surprised at how well something worked. Okay, so a few things. One, obviously this did a lot better than I thought, but it shouldn't really surprise me because essentially what you're doing is the same thing that you would be doing if you had like a roller brush and a blow dryer. For me, this is 100% worth it because I am not coordinated. Every time I have tried to straighten my hair or like make it easier for me to put a flat iron to my hair by doing the blow brush method, it's going 10 ways to Sunday. I cannot figure it out for the life of me. So to have everything as like an all-in-one system actually makes a lot of sense for me, and it makes things a lot easier for me from a coordination standpoint. The second thing is that this reduces the overall amount of heat that I would be expecting to put on my hair compared to a flat iron. So I already know that I'm doing less damage by using something like this, just like I would be with a regular blow dryer, than I would be if I just went straight for my flat iron. Also, my hair doesn't, like the haircut wise, like it doesn't look nearly as bad as I thought it was going to. The hard part is gonna be like these little bits on the side, which, you know, to be honest, like even when I flat ironed it, these almost never wanted to cooperate for some reason. So most of the time I just kind of like lay them or tuck them behind my ear. But you can do like these 70s like swoop bangs. Like if you've got curtain bangs, this will work. Like This is great. If you were thinking about getting this for somebody like for Christmas or for a birthday, especially if it's somebody that does regularly straighten their hair or needs something that gives them kind of like that blowout look, this is definitely something that I would recommend. Like I said, it worked way better than I thought it was going to. So, and that's it. That is my fully unsponsored review of the Revlon volumizing brush. You can get it at a couple of different places, so I will link it below. Make sure that you comment, like, subscribe. You can turn on the notification icon so that you know when I drop a new video. But the thing to remember is I straightened my hair when I was comfortable with how it looked curly. I knew it was in a healthy place, and I knew that changing my hair didn't change me. I waited almost 3 years to straighten my hair after I went natural because I wanted to make sure that I was doing it for the right reasons. If you choose to buy this brush and you choose to straighten your hair, make sure that both your head and your heart are in the right place. Hair needs to be healthy on your head, heart needs to be healthy in your spirit. Because no matter what, your hair is part of you. Whatever you do to it is a way for you to get closer to essentially being yourself.